hey guys, wait. Hey guys, it's me, Pascal from Orangepixel, and Hero Mask. It's a VR goggle thingy, and my only experience with VR so far is Google Cardboard, which was this, but made from cardboard, and you put your phone in it, and the same happens here. My phone is in here. This is more solid than the cardboard version. It's pretty much an upgrade. It works with your phone, but you can actually move the glasses back and front between your eyes and your phone. And you can also make them, if you have like a very big head and your eyes are very far apart, you can tweak all that with these little thingies. So cool gadget. I'm just showing you this because the guys who make Hero Mask asked me to show it, and in return they gave me free gadgets, and I never say no to free gadgets. So thanks Hero Mask. I like it, but it's not really for me. I don't think VR, I don't know, it's gimmicky. I have nothing with VR, and, or maybe just the apps I found on the App Store. I've seen all the roller coasters by now, and there are a couple of things that in space, and the first couple of moments is really interesting to just be floating around in space and seeing everything around you. But that's about as far as it goes. All the other type of games are mostly racing games, and you tilt your head to move left or right, and I don't know, maybe it's just the type of apps that I can find on the Google Play Store. Maybe there are better examples of VR, but for me VR isn't interesting. But this thing, if you are into VR and you want a cheap experience to find out how it works, check out Hero Mask. I think it's on Amazon somewhere and other stores. So thanks Hero Mask. For me, this is going back in the box and onto the gadget shelf. I like it, and I might pick it up every now and then, but VR isn't my thing. What is my thing is talking about residual. So let's do the intro. Talk about residual. Right, hang on. It's tiny, but it's all right. So wait for it. There, you see that fruit coming back? There. All right, so you noticed that when you pick up fruit, what you do in residual every now and then, if you want to eat, you pick up fruit. But if you leave the stem alone or the branch or whatever, fruit will now grow back. Yeah, okay, now that I mention it out loud, I know it sounds like trivial and unimportant and a tiny feature. And it is. But my week has been all about these tiny little features. So I just think it's very cool anyway. So fruit grows back, which is one of the features I've been working on this week. It wasn't a lot of time, but it wasn't a great little idea I had, and it works out pretty well. So if you leave the branches alone, fruit will grow back and you will not run out of food. Probably. That's of course if you're on a planet with a lot of fruit to begin with. That's just one and the first small feature I've been working on. And like I said, this week has been about tiny little features and details and things left and right. And let me just show you a couple of those. So if you've been following development of Residual, actually just been watching this channel, you might have noticed that little intro scene every now and then. Let me see if I can show it to you. I should have it in this video. Right, so here we go, Residual. It starts up this little intro scene, and pause it. This front layer, the floor, the ground that you're gonna be crashing on, this was hard coded or drawn, pre-drawn in GIMP. It's always the same layer. It worked, nobody probably noticed anything about it, but at some point I made the background and the front different. So it could just happen that you have a completely different ground that's more orangey and green when you're landing than you saw in the intro. And there's nothing against pre-rendering stuff like this in an intro, but I knew about it and it just was a little annoying and a little irritating, and I knew it could be done better, which I did. Again, a tiny upgrade and feature and detail that most people won't even notice, But it had to be done this week. So I replaced this pre-rendered area, and we now draw the top world of the actual planet you're about to crash on using the correct graphics, correct layout of tiles and everything, and it just looks a lot better. On top of that, it also freed up some space for me to add an extra layer, so there's more depth in the intro scene. It's more correct, and it just looks better. I also tweaked a little bit how the spaceship crashes and bumps into that. I should just show it to you. Here we go. Intro, DX. Here we go. Pick a character and... let's just do that again, because I know it goes by very fast, and that's why it's a very tiny detail to be working on. But sometimes it's a lot of fun working on those things. So let's create another level. And as you can see, the front layer is actually the full detail of the world we are about to step into. So my week has been pretty much working on tiny details and things like this. The biggest reason for that is that at the start of this week I wasn't getting into it. I didn't have anything planned on my to-do list that needed to be done, anything big. So the first thing I do is go through the to-do list and just find something easy, something simple to just get into things. And then from that simple thing, I started rolling into a lot of other simple, small, tiny details and things in the game, and it actually a lot of fun to have a week like that where you don't have any big stuff planned. You can just tinker a little bit with interesting things and immediately see change and improvement to the game. So another example of these tiny things is that I wanted to create star names or planet names, because Kickstarter backers will also be able to name their planet. For that, I need a whole system of having names attached to planets and things like that. Now, the game can generate a huge amount of different variations in planets, and I have no interest in creating a huge amount of names and other stuff to fill up all those planets that don't get named. So I needed code that names planets. So I figured out that other games use Markov chains to do things like that, which is pretty much setting up a system that is gonna tell you the most likely next letter after a certain letter, and by combining that you get names. And it took me a while to figure out how to do it the best way, because a lot of names just don't look right. You can't pronounce them, not in any language. So the current system kind of works, and it comes up with interesting names. So every time we start a new planet, we'll have this little crash intro. And you can see here the name of the planet and the galaxy name. Well, the galaxy name is pretty much set, because the game is now going to be split up in different galaxies, and every player starting a new game originally will start in this galaxy, which gives me some control over what's happening where. If we do another map, we'll get a completely other name. This is actually an address for the game. I'll get to that in a minute. Well, this is RCTX. So it's a weird name, RCTX and a Proxima Galaxy, but it does kind of work for a star or planet. And the location is now split up into a galaxy number, a star system number, and the final number is the planet within that star system. This gives me a lot of control over certain things, so we might end up spawning certain things in certain galaxies but not in others. There is a little bit of control left on my end by doing it this way. So a planet now always has these three numbers attached to it, and if you specify this number, you'll also always end up on RCTX in the Proxima Galaxy, which is exactly what we want. But did I not add anything new to the game this week? Yes, I did add something new. Never mind. There's also some new stuff in the game. It's tiny, but it's interesting and fun to work on, but also fun to watch. As you might have seen, you can actually catch fish in this game. I implemented that the first week, or maybe the second week of development. I also had campfires, but you could never fry, cook, steam, barbecue. You could never do anything with that fish on the campfire. And now you can. So let's catch a fish and put it on the barbie. Put it on the barbie. Put it on the bar. Let me just I'll show you. So first I'll need to find me some fish. So let's see if we can locate a fish. We found a fish. That's pretty cool. Now we just need to catch it. How hard could it be? We have our first fish. Oh, that's pretty fast, right? Let's just create a campfire right here. Why not? Light up the campfire. Grab our fishy and cook our fishy. So somewhere in that smoke is our fishy being cooked, and we can then grab the fish and eat it, which should increase and give us full health back. And this is it. It's again a very tiny feature, but that doesn't make it less important. It's actually a lot of fun. Let's just see if we can find another fish. Oh, we got another one. This is going great. I'm pretty good at fishing. Maybe I should just quit game development and start being a fisherman guy type thing. Or not, because I think I had all the fish I could grab. And these creatures are apparently not scared of fire. Let's just cook another fish, and while she's waiting for the fish to be ready, let's talk about another thing I added to the game. With everything going on in the world this week and just the whole year, it's good to have a little place of my own galaxy and stars and planets on it. I did add one more thing that I want to talk about, and that's the last thing for this video. So let's talk about power beacons. At some point you'll be adding mining devices to your planet, and you might want to protect them from other creatures. For example, if you're mining deuterium, that will attract certain little bouncy creatures that feed on deuterium. So you don't want to mine the deuterium and then have all these creatures eat it up. So for that purpose, we now have little protection beacons, and we can place them here around the area we want to protect. And we got 4 of them, and place it here. And this area is now, as I can show you with some debugging information, sending out these large orange boxes are beacons and triggers for other creatures to stay away. So if as soon as they are walking in, they will be scared by this and they will get away. So beacons, just a cool little tiny thing to add. I just have to figure out if you perhaps can build these beacons yourself, so you can build more and more, or if you just get a couple and have to do with those. I haven't decided on that just yet, but for now you get 4 beacons at the start of a game. So you can beacon off, you can protect your area of where you're crashing, and you can even use them somewhere underground if you really need them. Perhaps to protect your campfire while you're fishing. So again, another nice new feature added to the game, but that's also it for this week's video. I did a lot more on the game this week than just these couple of things. For that, check the Discord. I drop a message there every Friday with the update, and the update is available for Kickstarter backers and Patreons. So check out the game, check out the full update. Drop in the Discord, because I'm also dumping free wallpapers there every now and then. And there's a lot of fun people as well, so you can actually talk with other people about this game and just ignore me. And hopefully I'll see you next week. Subscribe, like, comment. Enjoy your day. That's it. Bye. That started this whole roll of features and detail work that I've been using. This story is not going anywhere, so cut it and redo it.